Good afternoon. Well, it's the day after Thanksgiving, and uncharacteristically, I went for an early morning swim. Now I find myself in it's in the 20s with the wind chill. It's 30 something if you just look at a Fahrenheit measuring device, and so I'm wearing head to toe. I could go skiing. Once I went to a place in West Virginia for legislative continuing legal education forum, and I was speaking at it, but I got out on the slopes, and the nearby mountains, it was 8 degrees on the slopes. Is it any surprise I was the only one dumb enough to be out? And there was a hell of a wind, but except for the chairlift, it was pretty good because between the trees it was a nice feeling. So I'm not on skis, I'm walking and talking, and you know, it's an old issue. There's something irresponsible in the bodies of many humans that they do not get this virus. They just keep any good news at all, they run out the door and then risk everything. You know, there's I usually have this pool in recent weeks. I go a couple of times a week to myself. And this guy wants to get in the lane with me, and the lanes are more narrow than some pools I've been in. And I said, no, it's not safe. Get your own lane. And they can't wait for 10 minutes, you know, until somebody else finishes. And there was really nobody in the pool. Most were still probably licking their wounds from all the food they ate the day before. The new virus that's coming our way apparently may or may not be contained by the double vax plus booster shot. Now, no one has said that it won't work, but no one knows because they haven't tested it yet, but they're going to start testing it. So probably everybody in this walk and talk community of ours is, you know, practicing distance and wearing masks and been vaxxed. But you probably should continue to be careful because we may not know how safe or unsafe we are with this new variation. When I see a person with a mask on, I sort of think, now there's a person of trust and honor. But then there are all these other people, and you have no idea. And when I say I see other people, I'm talking about going to a gas station or going late at night to a food store. When I've gone to my office to broadcast, there's usually nobody there, but in the hallways to get to my office on the second floor, there sometimes can be. So these are all the vagaries of living in a pandemic that appears to be without end because not enough people have the discipline to get the shots, and they don't have the discipline to keep distance, and they don't have the discipline to wear masks. It's a very sad statement. And these people who are in this category are the models for children. So we're going to have even more people like this. There was a very interesting story I got a kick out of, which is they're having trouble to get Santas to sit in the chair to meet the children. The Santa Claus potentials are smarter than the average bear. Well, the Hill is in recess. You know, there's a surprise. I think I've said before, I think it was Mark Twain that said, the only time we're safe is when Congress is in recess. But even while they're in recess, we're having them say and do stupid things on the Republican side, of course. It's like there's a local Facebook group near where I live, 20180 or something. And these guys, a lot of former military, when a woman says anything, they attack her. It's always cursing and stuff like that. I'm not on there, but every once in a while, ages ago, I would go on there and I'd read a couple of things and then I'd defend somebody and then I'd go away. But this is our modern dialogue. It's impolite, insincere, full of lies, abuse, and you know, by by these lesser people, in the sense that they're so disrespectful of everyone else, it's very hard to attribute to them any respect for what they say or stand for. And Congress is still, like a whole year, kicking around what they're going to do on, now we call it social spending, which is the bill that's going from the House to the Senate to be approved or not. And it's just not going to be at that number. And I don't know how it comes back to the House and then makes a compromise. So those are, I'm just putting my foot in the water a little bit about what the news is and what we have to consider. But this is a good weekend to take stock of who you are and begin thinking about your resolutions for the next year. One of them has got to be, no matter how minor the post, I will not vote for any Republican. Not if they're going for the school board, justice of the peace, soil and water board like I belong to. Never. Because these people use these positions to then misdirect our government, challenge our democracy, act in support of autocracy, discriminate against people, and are the lowlifes in our society that we have to deal with and push them back so that we can restore the republic. So, nice talking to you. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving yesterday. We did. And thanks for all the people who sent us greetings and wishing us well. And yes, Holly's doing well. Thanks for asking. Mostly we're doing tests to protect us down the road if she needs a lung transplant. So, actually a 2-lung transplant. So, be well. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.